I'm gonna fire.
Okay. So,
This is your first job. First job.
Ja.
Very good at it, Maria.
so we're gonna do now about forgiveness. But you're gonna notice, whatever we do, whatever lesson you do, we come to basic, and we make that basic higher and higher. So there is some lesson, of course I'm gonna, for now I'm just giving you material. But you're gonna, and I'm gonna tell you, of course, what is really, really important. And what you need to do. For example, about ego, about higher self, one day when you're teaching, people gonna ask you about that, and you should be ready to answer. So there is some basic that which gonna cover this course that we need to answer. And other than that, you, as I said, you're gonna have freedom to use. There is a lots of material, there is tests, there is questionnaires, so you can make it creative, and you feel to do this with your student or that's really okay.
So it's all going to come together at the end, right?
Yeah, it's actually not linear, but at the end come together. You know, when we get answer in our life that we don't expect, and one day that's it. You know?
Yeah, that seems so difficult. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how this course working. Because it's want actually to awake new way of perception, and not new way. You already have your own perception, but actually we can say higher perception, and I'm gonna mention that in this lesson about forgiveness. Not gonna sound about forgiveness at this moment, but it is. So. First, we should think about general and individual. See, those general and individual is not. It's not like. Higher point of view of general or higher point of view in individual is actually mixing. And now I'm gonna start with the example when ego is general and higher self is individual. And we already talked that about. We already mentioned that in our previous lessons. From ego, general. Come labels. For example, bully. So when we put those general case on individual, nobody is really bully. Nobody is really righteous man. We are all much more mixed. But that's why, just to be cautious, I put here about psychopathic test. There is people that, and they are psychopaths. Fortunately, there is not many in society of those. But those people, their disability is, like somebody's disability can be if you're blind, you cannot see color, or you cannot see anything. So if you're blind, not gonna make sense if I'm telling you this is chair, or be careful about chair, this is green or whatever. You know, you cannot see. With psychopathic persons, they don't have feeling. And even research show that they are in their brain, that part that should answer of feeling is kind of dead, don't answering. So psychopathic people, it's not gonna come in those when we talking about now what we were talking about now. We talking about average people, but psychopathic is a very small percent, and they're actually called killers. And there is some, and I give you those characteristics in your material just to be aware. Research show 20 characteristics of psychopathic person, but those person it doesn't help to argue with them, or because they not gonna get, because they don't have receiver. So they are called. If you're that unlucky to meet some of them and make them angry, that's very, very dangerous. And for example, if we're talking about raping, they said that some people think that if girls wear a short skirt or whatever, that can be involved in that case, but actually not. Raping is aggression. It has nothing to do with sexuality, and many of those men actually cannot perform any sexual contact without raping, without being aggressive, without beating other person. So research show that women and girls who get raped, they actually, though it's not those who wear short skirt, it's those who actually, it's happened that they meet that person, that they, for example, walk on the street and meet that person, or have any contact with person who has that kind of disorder. This is still not psychopathic disorder, because psychopathic is actually killers. And you can see they are very charming, but of course this is false. So that's their first characteristic. When they start to talk to you, they know how to get you. They know how to be nice. They have really grandiose sense of self-worth. So it's not unusual that you get psychopathic who kill. There is one example in this book, Psychopathic Test. They said men who was psychopathic, he was released for prison, and they think they cured them. Now it's proved psychopathic person, they cannot be cured. And they don't have feeling period. And that man who was released, he was and he did pretty well, and they helped him about job. He was artist, he was good at that, so he started making money, everything, but he cannot he cannot fight. That's his nature. For example, if I'm blind, I'm blind. I'm gonna bump in that one day. I cannot see it. So he has those, like they all have, those grandiose sense of self-worth. So he was released, and he actually was in some hotel, and I forgot exactly what was that case, but it's kind of some worker there told them, we are closed, you cannot use the washroom, and he killed him. Because he's so big, and how something like that can be told to him. So they have that grandiose self. They have charm, but those charm not gonna last for long, and you're gonna start to feel that there is something wrong. You know, it's actually false.
So they are aware, Katarina, that they do have this illness, and their charm try to cover. So
they have kind of need to be big. They're not aware about their disorder. They're not aware. They have that need to be big, and they manipulate. You know, they come with charm. They come with that. If you insult them, they can kill you like this. Because, but as I said, it's not something that we really should be scared, just aware. when we're talking that nobody is bully or nobody, there is people that really don't fall in those everybody category, you know. So they have that grandiose sense of self-worth. So they think that they are so big that if somebody insults them, they deserve death penalty. So they have need for stimulation. Like they get bored very easily. They cannot persist. You know, they cannot persist in some task. They get bored very easily. They need more and more stimulation. That's how their brain works. And at bottom line, nobody is guilty, we can say, but they are dangerous. Like Einstein even said that, according to Einstein, he thinks that, or he believes that everything is destiny, that everything is already decided how it's going to happen to us. We can or not accept this. Personally, I saw that many things I did change by my action, but I'm not sure what that genius of Einstein actually was talking about. But and then they asked him about killers. They said, so they're not guilty that they killed somebody, and he said, that's it, but I'm not going to have coffee with them. You know, that's something that. So they pathological lying. There's money. They go to manipulate. I already said that. They don't have any sense of sorry for your guilt. So there is not. But you can. I don't know if anybody have experience to get in problem. For example, with some. Juvenile delinquents, most people, even delinquent, they are here because they are hurt in their family, who knows, or maybe other sickness. But most of them, you can talk. If you're calm, you're going to calm them. This is not a case with psychopathy. They don't have any sense of feel sorry for anybody, and they don't have any sense for your reason. They have very shallow affects. They are lacking on empathy. They have that. They live like parasite. Like they like to live on somebody's back. So they that's mean like they don't want to make money. They like if somebody support them, and they actually don't feel guilty or anything about that. So that's their lifestyle. Of course, if somebody has any of this, it's not. Psychopath, but real psychopath has all of those. Then, of course, they cannot control their behavior. In sexual, they're promiscuous, change partners all the time. They have early behavior problems, lack of realistic long-term goals, because they cannot persist. See, that's connected with that they easily get bored. So they cannot persist. So for long-term goals, we have to persist. If I want to lose the weight, I shouldn't get to that chocolate for today, for tomorrow, for many days. So that's long-term goals, because I have my goals. So they cannot do that. They cannot persist. They're very impulsive. They're not responsible. And that's the same, they failure to accept any responsibility what happened. And they have many relationships but very short term. They are juvenile delinquents, but we shouldn't have prejudice. There is many people that find themselves, they did something against the law in their young age, and it's not actually, but as I said, there is all that characteristic together. And this is conditional. Like if you trigger them, they jump. And you can trigger them, you even not aware. Just acting normal, said we closing or whatever, you know. and that's conditional. They like that, and there was a different approach to them, try to cure them, and any case of them end up with new murder. They cannot be cured.
So are they born like that?
They actually, in their brain, they miss that part that is feeling. They don't have it. And as I compare that with blindness, just to make picture for you, if I cannot see, you can tell me about color, you can talk me about color, you can show me color. I don't have that, I cannot see. You can tell them, you hurt me, I have children, this, that, that's
So they
nothing.
just can't comprehend it because that part of the brain's not there.
They don't have feeling.
Right.
They feel nothing for you, they just feel they are so big.
So they're born like that?
Yeah, it's actually biological. Yeah. So, and
So when you talked about these guys trying to cure it, or fix it, what conclusions did they come to?
now new conclusion is that there is no cure. But through many years they try, and in this book it's talking about that, that we're gonna be back soon. On all those books we're gonna be back sometimes.
So if that's the case, then why couldn't we as a society recognize this in their youth before they end up killing somebody?
Yeah, that would be really great, but that's how law goes.
Before they
Before
learn to
they,
walk.
you know, you can have even somebody treating you and say, I'm gonna kill you and this and that, and they actually, police have tight hands until they do something. They cannot arrest them for that. So it's really difficult question. But for at this moment, I just want to make those picture. It's actually, as I said, it's actually connected about forgiveness, and we're not gonna work about forgiveness in this very extreme cases.
No, but I do have a very specific question. Obviously, if we can't do anything about them until they act, okay? Can their symptoms be controlled by medications? Has at least that been?
Their
there's
problem is that
something to-
they don't
They
have
want
it.
to take it.
There is a,
They can take medication, they don't have that part of brain, that answer of feeling. They don't have it, like, you
So
cannot
medication
cure
does not
somebody who is blind, you
work.
cannot cure it.
Absolutely.
Can't give them
So medication
medication.
is
to
not
make
working.
them
Medication or not,
But-
that it's many things, and this book is about that. Many things many things tried with them. They tried this cure, that cure, and let them out.
But there's no medication that can feed that part of that brain because it doesn't exist.
Nothing can make you to feel if you don't.
Right.
No, absolutely.
So they already know that this part of the brain doesn't exist in psychopathic people.
Yeah, it's not.
So how did they, by test, by camera, by something? So it brings into what Donna said. If they can state that and say that now, and no, it can't be cured because that part of the brain isn't there to receive anything to cure it, then they can tell these people.
Yeah,
Probably
it's different how we think with our ordinary logic, but that's how it is at this moment. Those people did receive a different kind of cure, never get cured.
different
And
kind of
jail isn't the
treatments.
cure.
Yeah,
Because my son's a criminal lawyer and he's had the same 11 clients for 6
Yeah.
years. They just get in and out of jail and they're back on the phone in a couple months. They
Yeah.
don't learn.
There's a large percentage of inmates that aren't.
They want
just
that.
like a
so
revolving
we're gonna leave that at this moment because we should.
So reading this book then, Katrina, you can learn a lot about this.
That book is actually
Psychopathic
say
test.
what they did try
Okay.
and how that was. That
Okay.
book is more
Okay.
about that.
Okay.
But anyway, any book, any material I give you, you always have title of books and you have author. So whatever I give you, whoever is interested in book, I know you already read this book, for
Yes,
example.
I do
Yeah.
have, yes.
So that's about ego. I actually came. We're gonna leave it here, but we're gonna come back
Okay.
because we are not linear. But at this moment, we're gonna leave that topic because for all of us, it's not really clear why it's not something else done before they did kill somebody, but that's how it is. So, and after that, to discover them, you're not gonna go for brain scan or people. It's when somebody already did something, there is some reason that you go to check your brain. You're not gonna go, everybody go and check.
Just by having a few of
And,
those
and I don't,
symptoms.
it's not that simple.
No.
But just, this is just example, that what I was going to talk here about ego and higher self. So ego can be general and call somebody bully, and we already mentioned Dostoevsky's artwork, Crime and Justice. So it's actually a punishment and justice. My brain.
Crime and punishment.
Crime and punishment. Yeah. So we already mentioned that, and in that book, Dostoevsky was a big psychologist. In that book, he showed that even somebody who killed somebody can be a good person and can be so we cannot just label somebody with this, with that. If we go very deep, maybe all of us can be called bully. Maybe sometimes we did hurt somebody, and it's going like that. You cannot label what ego like to do. So higher self is go here more individual. But now there is a time when the higher self actually go more general. So I said not ego is general, higher self. It depends on the situation. Higher self is actually contain ego, and it's actually higher point of view. So we can. I'm gonna go with that example in quantum physics that we already had. So if we have those two disks, like you already know, but I just want to show that higher self is not different point of view, it's higher point of view. So it's not opposite of ego, it's contain ego. Ego is not our enemy, we are all need to know who we are, but actually anything what is, everything what is come to be a psychological problem is question of degree. For example, if we always think that people think about us more than they really do. Just we a little overdo, or we are cautious what they think about us, maybe they don't think about us at all. But if you're paranoid, you think even TV talk about you. So that's degree. In everything is actually all what is psychological disorder or a psychopath, it's all degree. So we can see this picture, and for example, that's ego point of view, that we are all different, and that we are completely separate. We are similar with other people, but completely separate. But from higher self of view is that you can see that those two discs as part of the same. So it's not different point of view, it's higher point of view. And I already said that exam, but I like it because it's really easy to understand, about cat and computer. If cat see computer, she can smell it, she can decide it's not for eating, I can sleep on top, it's warm and stuff like that. From human point of view, what is highest point of view? We all know that what cat knows. We know that it's not for eating, that it's warm, that cat can sleep, or that it's not danger. And But we know much more, so our picture is bigger. So picture of higher self is actually bigger. It's not about, so this part is over, Maria.